Hi, I'm Ariel from PresenTense, and today we're going to be talking about the last deliverable that a social entrepreneur needs to provide in the fellowship training process, and that's the executive summary. The executive summary, and a very basic concept, is the foot in the door that the fellow needs in order to get follow-on meetings with people that they want to have either as core volunteers or investors or donors. That is to say that a foot in the door is that little thing that you do in order to prop the door open so you can walk on through. And that's what an executive summary is on its very basic level. That is, an executive summary should not aspire to do magic and miracles. All it should aspire to do is to get enough of the attention of the person reading it that they want that follow-on meeting. So they can see the project plan, they can see the business plan, they can see the project in action, and they can get more involved. And so today, what we're going to be talking about very briefly is what needs to be in this executive summary. So until now, the fellow has worked on a series of deliverables. They have refined their vision. They've understood the value proposition. They've worked on their environmental scan to understand what other players are in the field. They've started to develop a business model that they think can take the inputs that they need and create the outcome that they desire. And they developed out of that a project plan for how to take all of those elements and bring them together and actually make them happen over the course of the year. The executive summary summarizes all that and brings them together into one document. Now, there's no right way to do an executive summary. Many books and many articles and many professors will say different things. There's no right way, because the whole point is getting the foot in the door. So it's getting that interest that provides the person with the next opportunity in order to move them forward. Present tense believes that there's a certain set of things that should be an executive summary, and that's what we teach in terms of the deliverable. But again, to be very clear, if you as a coach or as a fellow are developing something, you want to get someone's attention, this might not be the perfect way for you to do it. This might just be the beginning for you to be able to think about what's the correct document that you want. So an executive summary has generally 6 different elements, in our opinion. The first element, which is very clear, and that is the mission. Now, the mission is the bottom line, right? If you have a double bottom line, you might want to say it in the mission too. So the bottom line is, what's the outcome that you want to get? And that's what you're selling someone on. Because if they don't agree with you on the outcome, there's really no discussion to have from that point forward. Next, what we generally ask for is the value proposition. That is, what's different about it for the people that you're marketing it to? What is it about this venture that addresses the opportunity differently? Now, the third one, which sometimes can be the second one depending on how you want to do it, the third one might even be the first one at times, is the market. And that on a very basic level is, what's the opportunity that's out there? If you think the opportunity is so great and so strong, that might be the first thing that you put on an executive summary. You might say that in the American market there is a insane need for obesity fighting projects, and that the reason that most obesity initiatives don't succeed is X. And then you go into your mission, you go into the value proposition, etc. The third one, though, on things that the market opportunity might not be so clear, goes afterwards, saying, well, here's the opportunity, and this is why this is something that's worth listening to. The fourth one that we ask for is the business model. And I am going to change my marker on tape. The business model is something that we've discussed earlier, and it's something that we've worked with on the fellow side. The business model simply says, all right, well, to get this mission, with this added value that we provide in this market, we will do this. And that's where the business model comes in and why it becomes an important part of this process. The fifth one, which is something we haven't discussed until now, but it's something that you might want to speak with your fellow about because they're getting to the point where they're actually going to be launching, is their team. Now, most importantly in the team is, what are the sets of experiences which makes this team the best team to run this venture? Now, what this means is, do they have prior experience in the field? Is there a personal connection which makes them the most likely candidate for success here? What are the elements that can drive the person in their work that also provide credibility for achieving these issues? The last one that should be there is needed investment. Now, needed investment doesn't need to be a dollar amount, and generally it shouldn't be a dollar amount. Needed investment should be an explanation of what is needed in order to make this project a reality. Do you need staff? Do you need operational support? Do you need certain sets of materials for the first phase, and it should be couched in what is the needed investment for the period of time that the fellow wants to sell. That is, if the executive summary is given in the first 3 months of the project, it should be for the next quarter or for the next year. If it's given half a year or a year in, it could be for the next 2 years or 3 years. The needed investment part is the hook. It's the action that you're desiring from the person to take, and it can be changed according to who you give the executive summary to. As a coach, working with a fellow to recognize what's this pitch in one page that someone can give away and get people interested in has a lot to do with what will get you going, what will interest you. A fellow that wants to work on their deliverable might want to give this out to their friends and to people that they know professionally and see what is it that speaks to them out of it. What is it that doesn't work and needs to be worked on? This executive summary, once again, is that foot in the door. If you can't put your foot in the door, you can't walk through the door. Good luck, and we look forward to continuing to support you on deliverables through emails and the like. Thank you.